Hey, I'm Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Now that August is officially underway, people are starting to think about fall, and you can't really think about fall in America, at least, without thinking about football. And I have to admit, I am not the biggest fan of the sport. Last year, I feel like everybody and their brother was watching football every week because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and I figured this year I should take a different approach. And what I mean by that is, why not do something I love during something I don't really care for? Which means an official reading challenge is underway. It is my Fall in Love with Football challenge. I have many goals, lofty goals for myself on how this may or may not go, but I have a preseason game to start myself out and hopefully get myself warmed up for a fun full season. Tonight, the Miami Dolphins take on the Falcons. It starts at 7 o'clock. My plan is to start my timer and start reading as soon as that game starts. I will continue to read throughout the game. I have a couple books I'm reading right now, and my goal is to reach the 275 page mark. Once the game is over, I will let you know how I did on the challenge, and I'll let you know how the Dolphins did. And I'm honestly reading three really good books right now. Two of them on my Kindle and one physical book. Two of the books I'm reading are actually for another challenge. I am still continuing on with my Olympic size romance reading challenge. So those two books are Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood and Flawless by Elsie Silver. The other book I'm reading is Savage Fae. This is the third book in the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac series, which is the prequel series to the Zodiac Academy. This is my latest obsession, my first really dip into romantasy, and I'm enjoying it. So I probably am going to read a bunch of that if I had to guess. I'm going to try to read some of the other books. As it gets later in the night, I will definitely be reading on my Kindle because it's just a little easier for me, and that always helps when I'm doing a challenge. I don't really remember how long football games end up being, so I will see. And I have a little time before the challenge starts, so I'm going to make dinner and try not to pick up a book. I want to wait until the challenge starts because I've already read about 125 pages today, which, some days feels like a lot, some days feels like it's not, and today's one of those days I just want to keep reading, so I'm glad that it's a challenge day. The game is on. It's been on for about 20 or so minutes, and I started reading Flawless. I started on page 192. I'm going to see how far I can get. We are in the middle of the first quarter, and the Dolphins have 3 points. But admittedly, I just had to ask Adam why they got the points because I missed it. But we're reading, so that's always fun. We just started the second quarter and I've read 36 pages of Flawless so far. I'm going to keep reading this for a little bit and then I think I'm going to pop into Vicious Fae. It's about 30 seconds to halftime and I've read 100 pages of Flawless, which is perfect timing. I'm going to pop over to Vicious Fae now and see if I can crank out 175 pages. The third quarter just ended and I'm on page 103 of Vicious Fae, which means I've read 50 pages, bringing my total so far to 150 pages, which means I have 1/4 and 125 pages to go. So I don't know how this one's gonna go, but I'm going to keep reading. And that is it. The game is over. I paused my timer at like 3 hours and 29 minutes. I read 105 pages of Vicious Bay, which leaves my challenge total to be 205 pages, which is nice, but not enough. So even though the Dolphins took a win tonight, I am taking a loss. I am taking my first L in my preseason game, but we'll come back next week and see if I can hit it.